Claire Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next short while, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2016 Chevy Trax so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front left tire, you got about 80% tread, and all-season radios, definitely a lot to tread. Coming behind the front left tire, first thing I want to point out is your brakes are practically brand new. You got about 40,000 K left on the front brakes. The left lower ball joint is tight, and that's critical because it's the only thing that holds the left wheel to the chassis. This is your left outer tie rod. Now this is critical because it's the only thing that holds the left wheel to the steering, and it is tight. This sway bar link is connected from here up to there. Now that's important to be connected because it dampens the sway when it goes around the corner. This rubber boot here is the outer CV, and it's full of grease. If it was ripped, you see grease all over the place. Important not to be, because that lubricates the axle going forward. That is the inner CV boot, full of grease, and if it was ripped, you'd see it right away. More importantly, look behind it. Look behind, you see how dry and clean that is? That's important because that is a leak point. If it was going to leak, it would leak in there. You'd see oil all over the place, and you'd see oil around here, but that is bone dry. Now another leak point in the bottom of the transmission right here, good and dry. Another leak point, bottom of the oil pan here, good and dry. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise on the front left, no issues. Okay, I'm going to take you across now and show you the right front tire. Again, about 80% tread, all-season radios, about 40,000 K, practically brand new brakes, about 40,000 K left in your brakes. Your right outer CV boot, good and dry. Right inner CV boot, good and dry. Now, right here is a leak point. If it was going to leak, it would leak right here. And that is good and dry. See, if you're gonna leak, you see it right there, and that is bone dry. So the right lower ball joint, that is tight. The right outer tie rod, the right lower ball joint is tight. The right outer tie rod is tight. The right sway bar link connected from there up to there, intact, doing its job. So that being the case, now I'm going to follow the exhaust down here. Here's your catalytic converter, nothing wrong. Exhaust, a little bit of surface rust, but nothing, no cracks, no breaks. To be expected. Coming down, follow your exhaust, and your exhaust is intact, no cracks, no breaks. Now, the right rear tire, about 50% tread, not as much tread on the rear tire as you have on the front. Now on your brakes, you've got about 20. I'm going to say 20,000, about 20,000 K. So down a bit, but definitely not out. No, your right rear shock. Now this tube is full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down here. That is bone dry. That's important. Your right outer CV boot, see that's good and dry. Your right inner CV boot, good and dry. Now right here is another leak point. If it was going to leak, it would leak right here because this is the rear diff. Now, if you can see for yourself, bone dry. Another leak point would be right here where the drive shaft goes into the rear diff, good and dry. The right spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks. And now just a quick perusal, I don't even see any surface rust under here. I mean, this is, it's been undercoated. Oh yeah, it's really, really clean. I mean, it's been undercoated, paint, it's not even surface rust under here. So that's nothing but good. Now the right rear tire, again, about 50% tread, not as much on the rear as you have on the front, but it's always important to have the best tires on the front. Now this is the left shock, good and dry. Your left spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks. Your left outer CV boot, good and dry. Left inner CV boot, going good and dry. More importantly, right here is the leak point. If it was going to leak, it'd leak right there, good and dry. Yeah, so brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I am not seeing anything of any concern on the rear, right, and left. Now, this is the left front strut. Now, this, again, full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it right here, okay? And see for yourself, good and dry. Your left front spring suspension intact, doing well. So the left front spring suspension, no leaks and no breaks. Right front spring suspension, no cracks in your spring. More importantly, look inside, That is full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it right there, good and dry. Okay, with my scanner plugged into your car there, it says codes found 0. So there is no check engine codes, and that is nothing but good. No cracks in your windshield, dash very clean. Now I'm going to take you out and show you the condition of the motor. Okay, with the motor running, no visible noises that I'm concerned about. Okay, shot of the exhaust. No concerns for the exhaust. Now, one thing I always do is I take off the oil cap and I take a look underneath for any indication of white goo. Now, white goo would be a mixture of oil and antifreeze, which is a big problem. And I do not see any indication of that in this at all, because that would be a head gasket leak. And so I am not hearing any concern on this car in any way, shape, or form, actually. Back tires are 50%, front are 90%, so I don't see any immediate concern. And as far as I can tell, this vehicle has been well maintained. Now, hopefully this will help you make an informed decision, and thank you very much.